Hey y'all. I just realized my ring is completely turned around. It's cold outside and I have shrinkage in my hands. Nowhere else though in my life does anything shrink when the weather gets cold. It expands. It expands in all kinds of ways, but it doesn't shrink. Hey y'all. Happy Friday. I know what you're saying. Jamie, why are you live on Friday? Well, so here I was at home at 8 o'clock, and I'm all caught up on any shows that we're watching. And Lester just went to go feed Roman. We had a lovely date night, and I just wanted to hang out with someone. So I thought that maybe y'all weren't too busy to hang out as well. And I don't have big things to talk about. I don't have I didn't come here with an agenda. I did walk it. Okay, so this kind of started it all. Okay, I was walking to the garage fridge to put away some things that we bought because, date night involves Walmart. I swung into Walmart to pick up a case of water and a case of Coke Zero, and I was going to throw that in the fridge. And I was cleaning up after the dogs outside. And then I walked by the liquor cabinet area, the bar, and I was like, "'Tis the season for cha da 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 da." It's so festive and so holiday-ish, and I haven't been in the holiday mood at all. And I thought, what better to put me into the holiday mood than peppermint bark flavored alcohol? So that's what I'm doing, and I didn't want to do it alone, which brings you in. So I'm having a tiny little sipper cocktail while we hang out. I bought something at Walmart that I wanted to try because my mom's really into them, and I was like, well, it's not Make It Monday, but maybe we could make an exception. But cheers. If you're having water, if you're just whatever, just cheers because it's Friday and because I don't have to be on Zoom tomorrow and because it's Friday. It's Friday. It's wedding weekend Friday, but it's Friday. Okay. Also, I broke the ice machine this week. Like it did itself in, like it ate itself. There's a cat hair from something on my lips. It literally consumed itself. So I have to use regular ice cubes for right now. The replacement, because that one was still under warranty, is here, but I didn't hook it up yet. It's for the weekend. It's just for the weekend. Ooh, somebody's drinking Sundrop. I didn't even know they made Sundrop. This ice cube is in my way, and it's going to touch my face, and it's going to drive me nuts this entire time. This is extremely dangerous, for the record. We're going to put that down. That's a sipper. Okay. So I said that we could do like a Q&A in the thing, and I'm totally down for answering questions because I don't have a dang thing to talk about. I'm sure I can ramble my face off, but if there's things you want to know, happy to answer questions. I did buy this cute little mini verse thing. My mom is really into these like make it mini things, and this was a mini Christmas tree, and I know that she is selling her dollhouse, but it would look really cute in her dollhouse, so I thought that I would open this up and put it together while I hang out with you for a little bit. But let's just catch up. Let's just do Friday night instead of my dress decision is still not made. This is how bad it is. Okay. So we had to go pick up Lester's suit, and Men's Warehouse is directly across from the mall. And I wanted to run into I don't go to the mall. I haven't been to that mall except for like 2 or 3 times in the last 7 years. And it's probably been a solid 5 years since I've stepped in there. But there is a bookstore. So there's a Books A Million. I love me a good bookstore. And I wanted to pick up a few gifts. I'm really struggling with Christmas shopping this year. First time in my life that I can't think of what to get people. So I was like, I'll run into the bookstore because I usually find pretty unique things there, whether it's like journals or cookbooks or, you know, they have neat little gifty things there. So I ran into there, and while I was in there, I almost messaged Lester and said, I'm going to run to Dillard's next door and look at the dresses. But I didn't do it. I got a few things at the bookstore that made me carry bags, and I did not want to, like, I don't know, drag that stuff with me to Dillard's, and Lester was parked way the heck out there and it was raining. So I was like, forget it. I'll just wear the ones that I have. There's like a sign from the universe that says, just pick one, Jamie. So what I believe that I will do is, like, I will put both of those dresses that are in those pictures on that night, stand next to Lester, not that night, that day, 2 days from now, stand next to Lester in a suit and see which one looks better. Sometimes it'll pick up funny hues and things like that. And if if Lester's dress is pretty blue, then it may pick up funny things in either one of those dresses. So that's the angle I'm taking. This is really cute. So these are wrapped in, like, tissue paper and have little tiny bows tied on them, like this. It came with a Christmas star as a tree topper. This is the snow. Oh, I probably won't be doing that. I don't think I'm that cool. This. What are you? It's mini ornaments. How cute is that? That's adorable. All right, let's see what we got here. The tree stand. This is really cute, actually. Oh, this is the snow glue. I probably will not put the snow or the glue on this because I know it takes a UV light to cure. Like, you have to put it in the sun, and it's 8:30 at night and there's no sun here. Here is the top of the tree. I don't know what's in here. Oh, I do know what's in here. The tongs for the ornament, because some of us have big old sausage fingers and can't grab things. So I did not go into Dillard's. I wanted to, though. Like, there's a weird part of me that I have not missed shopping. Okay, I have not missed it at all. But then when I got to the store all of a sudden, I was like, it might be fun to go, like, look. I didn't want to keep Lester waiting. He's not feeling well, even though he will tell you and try his best to convince himself, because he's just like his mother and his sister. He's doing his best to tell himself that he's not sick. So, how cute is this? So, they are plasticky. Let's get y'all spread out here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come back to me. Brenda says, are you going to do the advent calendar tonight? I might. I could probably go get that. I was locking Mr. Hank out of here because he would not leave me alone. I'm just fluffing the tree, okay? Don't make it weird. I'm fluffing the tree. Oh, you can't see anything. Sorry. I don't know how to make that happen for you, but what I was doing was not the answer. So, let's catch up. Y'all, some of y'all are done Christmas shopping and you ordered it all online. So here's the thing. I have been uninspired by shopping online this year, and I love me some Amazon, and I love shopping online. I've gotten a few things, but I don't know. I'm not in my normal Christmas mode. I don't know why. These are the cutest little ornaments ever, by the way. So maybe I'll get into it. Tomorrow, Lester is taking Lex and Ellie to eat and doing their, I'm assuming kind of like their bachelor day. So the thing is that I want to go do my Christmas shopping, but I also, this is not cooperating for me. This should be known that, oh, it's really cute. Part of me wants to, like, go finish Christmas shopping. Part of me also knows that it's 2 weekends before Christmas and that every store is going to be bananas, and that by one store and standing in line that I will be over the public. So I'm kind of thinking, like, should I go to an antique store instead? And should my gifts be something of that nature, because I love it so much? Do people love that as much as I do, to find unique gifts that are repurposed or, just really cool stuff? I don't know. And the ones that I'm still like Lester's mom and dad, Gigi and Papa, turns out very challenging to buy for. My grandparents in Illinois, I feel a little bit the same way, like they're hard to shop for, but I have gotten into a tradition where every single year I buy them a gift certificate to the meat market. I'm thought about that for G and Pops. Like, I like my gifts to be useful, like, I don't know. I'm overthinking it. Let's be real here. The other thing I technically should do tomorrow is stay home and use the freeze dryer the entire day and get caught up on that. But I found myself wanting to do that more so at night and to not waste daylight hours doing that. I know that sounds so simple and so weird. I also would love to, like, it's going to be a rainy day. It's going to be a rainy weekend here, actually. I would have loved to taken a ride on Prim tomorrow if she was feeling up for it, or even just spending the day with the horses. But I have spent the last 2 days doing that. Not riding. Spent the last 2 days grooming and working with them as well. And I think that they're over me doing that. Like, they're like, Mom, can we just be horses a little bit? Can you just stop brushing our hair? So I'm in that annoying horse mom phase, I guess, where they're just like, they want to be left alone. This is where I'm at so far. Let me show you. It's getting cute. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet exactly how tomorrow will go, but I'll feel it after I wake up. I know we'll go live in the morning and have coffee and go from there. So, and I may, the things, I have not had a lot of luck, like finding things for G and Pop in stores. And that's what I felt with my grandparents, of like getting them a gift certificate to the meat market for that was like a very useful thing that they've enjoyed over the years. At least they act like it. So maybe that's what I should do, something like that for them. I'm not sure. I asked Bree what they do. I asked Steph, and I am in the space of like, I love giving gifts. Like, giving gifts is something big. It's a huge deal to me. I love, love, love giving gifts, and I like them to be thoughtful and meaningful and not over the top or anything like that, but just I want to give a gift that is special. And I realize that I have to remember that special to me doesn't mean special to everyone else. All right, I got all the ornaments on. We're just going to put the little topper on for right now. And I'm not going to glue on and sprinkle dust everywhere and try to vacuum off my desk or anything crazy like that. Even the little packaging is adorable, by the way. Miss Tracy says, Pop would love anything for his camper. Do you want to know? I almost did this for him. And Lester told me, just hold off. Just wait. I wanted to get him, or to build him a ramp. I put the star on top. It's really, really cute. Like, really, really cute. That might not go to my mother. That might stay right here. I almost bought a ramp for his camper, and I don't want to be insulting and be like, hey, I saw that you struggle to get up into, I don't want him to think that. I just want to make it very easy and accessible. Like, even our RV at the JL, well, this one too, the step at the bottom is like super high. And I told Lester, I was like, I want to build a platform like you would to get into like a mobile home for that. So maybe that's what I'll do for Pops, is maybe we can pull together as a family and I'll buy the materials, and if everybody can help me build a ramp. But for G, like, a trip. Like I would say, like, she loves to go on trips. Maybe I could use some points or something and cover a hotel night or two, things like that. I'm gonna sip on this again. That's so good. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. And then, like, I really love to make gifts. And part of my gift is coming from the freeze dryer and things that I've made, like things I grew in my garden that I've turned into other things. Like, that's happening. But I think I'm also struggling, like, with Xander and Kendra. I haven't announced this yet, but I intend to go back to Illinois for Christmas. My grandfather on my dad's side is not well, and I don't know how many this make me sad. I don't know how many Christmases that he has left, and I didn't make it home last year or the year before. Now I've been home to see, but I haven't been home for Christmas. That sounds really terrible because this is my home. I haven't been back to Illinois for Christmas. So I'm going to try to get there this year. God willing and the creek don't rise. But it's hard to get away. And then it's also hard to be separate from here on those days, knowing that there's still chores to do. There's still animals. Animals don't care if it's Christmas, all of that. So, just sort of like working through all of that. But then with Xander and Kendra, like, they don't want anything. They're like, no, we don't. But I'm your mother. Like, let me help you with something. Let me do something. So we'll see. Just a lot of emotion this holiday. And really, like, 2024 has been wild. It has been like every end of the spectrum. Kind of like that. Teresa says, pay their electric bill. I did offer to do that. They told me no. I also offered to pay their annual vet bill for their dogs. I offer, like that type of thing. They're just such independent kids, and I have to do sneaky things. Like, again, they don't want things. So I have to do things like they don't watch my lives, but I kind of feel like showing up with like laundry detergent and toilet paper, like a giant basket of like life staples, like toilet paper, paper towels, dishwasher pods, dishwasher soap, and hand soap and shit, all of those things that they use, and like give them like a month's break, maybe something like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. And I fully fully know that everybody loves money and everybody loves gift cards, and I'm fine with all of that. I like to just have one thoughtful gift in there somewhere, something of like, I thought I noticed that you mentioned this, or something like that. So we'll see. Part of it's my own funk, part of it's my own busyness. And then it's really weird because it's different when you, like, even stepping into the bookstore today. When you step into the bookstore, there's holiday music playing. You can smell the sense of holiday now because there's candles sitting out that smell like it. But all of the decor around the front, like, all of a sudden it changes you. Like, it puts you in that spirit. And I think I needed that. Like, I haven't been motivated to put up my tree yet. And my hopes were to get that done after this wedding and be able to have it up. But I need a kick in the rear, I think. I need somebody. Jamie, what are you doing? All you gotta do is turn on some Christmas music and it will come. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. But it was kind of neat to be able to, I know it's this simple, like a bookstore, it's Books a Million, like a big old box bookstore, but to walk into that was just like, it kind of set you in the place you needed to be, and you don't realize how much you miss something like that until you step back into it. And like, so I did grocery delivery 2 times now, but I've been doing grocery pickup. So you don't even really interact with other people in real life during that moment. So you don't experience anything like that there. Most of the time when I drive, I'm like driving in silence or on a work phone call. So I haven't had like Christmas music playing there, and it's my own dang fault in reality. We'll get there. But also, being in Texas, yes, we've had rainy weather, but we haven't had like winter weather. And I'm not asking for it. I'm not asking for it. I hate the cold. I don't want the cold. But snow sure will put someone into the holiday music. That is not, dear God. Dear God, do not snow here. Please do not snow here. Do not freeze here. Do not send freezing rain here. It's not what I'm asking for. I'm just saying that anyway. Anyway. This is supposed to be a Q&A, and here I am just rambling. So you can fire off your questions now, and I'll stop just chatting it up left and right like you wanted to hear about me vent. What did I think about Courtney and Roman? Y'all know that I respect Courtney as a person, but above all, like a horse person. And watching her with Roman, her confidence just like pours out of her. Yet that confidence gives like, it doesn't give like this condescending, ego driven thing to the horses. It actually, her confidence calms the horses. So watching Roman take direction from someone who spoke his language was really powerful. And I was at a distance watching some of this happen. And then, of course, went back and watched some of Lester's video from the beginning where I was on a work phone call. I love to watch him communicate with her and do exactly what she says. And his fears subside when someone with confidence works with him. I want that confidence so much. I want it with all the horses. But what I've also learned with my my little motley crew over here is that they give me some grace. And they'll push and pull on that every once in a while. But they give me a little bit of grace of like, I feel like they look at each other and like, she has no idea what she's talking about. Does anybody know what she's talking about? What does she want me to do? And they'll try like 4 different things of trying to like appease my ask, and then they figure it out, but then they teach me how to ask for it. And I think that Roman appreciated us bringing someone to him that spoke his language. First of all, Courtney knew his commands that they teach, but also his like it's really weird, like something that you probably can't pick up on video. I actually have watched Courtney match a horse's breathing. I've never told her that I have identified that she does that, but when she walks up to a horse, she'll do this like one graze against them, and I feel like that's like her pulse check. And all of a sudden you can see the synergy and the syncing up of like their rhythm, and it is powerful. And I guess I don't know a lot of horse people or see a lot of horse interaction in person, especially, like that. Somebody who and anyway, when she does that and you see it happen, it's like this calm that falls over the space. And he matches her energy at that point in time, and he's confident in himself. Now, we learned a lot about Roman, and I have a video coming out about some of those things next week, but we have a long journey ahead with Roman, and learning some of those things yesterday will help guide the future with Roman. But it's always amazing to watch her with a horse, even ones that challenge her, like our sweet Rita. Our sweet Rita threw out some challenges to Courtney this summer, and they got to be able to communicate too. But sometimes you get two stubborn heads in the same space, and it can be a challenge around that. But Courtney and Ashley told me they have over 40 horses right now, and they aren't taking any more rescues in. And I don't want to tell all of their story, but they're taking a break from that as they they're at capacity right now, and they have some rehabbing to do, and they have some other things to work through. And plus it's a hard time of year right now, right? Everything's dead if you didn't plant ryegrass, which you don't for horses. And it's one of those times where you want to just get through the winter and figure out what's what in the spring. So they're at capacity right now and working on all of the horses that they have, and just being parents to that sweet little boy Elijah, who, by the way, of course, there's a moth in here. Sorry about that. Yesterday, whenever I came out of the RV, I finished my phone call and took my lunch break, and I came out the RV, and that sweet little boy ran all the way across the courtyard to me, all through that grove of trees, like as fast as he could to hug me. And like my heart, like just exploded, because number one, he can't say my name right, but he calls me Jaja, not like instead of JB, I'm Jaja or Cha-Cha or whatever. But it completely warms my heart. The other thing that warms my heart is that he wants to do exactly what his parents are doing. Like, he will emulate them in what they're doing. And yesterday, Courtney lost one of her tools in the hay, and she was like, can we all just take a pause after Roman got back in his pasture? She's like, can we all just go on a little bit of an Easter egg hunt here and look for this tool? And we were probably doing it for a good 10 minutes and couldn't find it. And Lester goes, here, just take ours and we'll swap it out and we'll swap it back with you. And Elijah would not let us stop until we found it. So that was really sweet that he was like, come on, let's look for Coco's tool. Let's look for the tool. Like, he would not stop. And I thought that was really special too. We are really blessed to have some of these cute little kids in our life, between Uriel's daughter and Ashley and Courtney's son. Of course, Bree's 2 kids. Like, I don't know. They're really special. So special. And I can't wait to see like the magic of the holiday in all of them. Super excited about that. Anyway. Okay, next question. Yeah, they're all very fun ages, like 3. Well, I guess that Carter's 4 now, but 4 and under for all 4 of those kids. Like, wouldn't it be fun to get them all in the bounce house together one day? Because I think that would be like super fun. Is my DIY mini kitchen there? It is. Let me grab that. I'll show you the kitchen. I forgot I was going to show you all that this week. All right. This is something I put together, it's been about a month or so ago. This is the Row Life kitchen. It's really cute, y'all. And was a million times easier than the greenhouse. This is like level 1 or 2 on the hard scale. The greenhouse is like 20, but I'm getting there. So this is plastic, cute little rolly thing. And I don't have mine tacked down, but you're supposed to like take the little package, all the things, and like glue it down. I didn't do that because I wasn't sure about how I wanted it to go. But these little the fridge, I'm going to pick it up. Okay. I'm going to pick up some of the pieces here because it's really cute. This little refrigerator actually opens. Sorry that the light is so horrible. The freezer opens too. Why is the light so horrible? There, that's better. And I did not put all the food in mine. The can y'all see that okay? The microwave, the corner cabinet, the little stove. There's like spaghetti, coffee cups, these little cabinets open and close. It's the cutest little dollhouse setup ever. And like I said, I did not do a good job of tacking mine down, but it comes with all the stuff to do so. It even comes with a little sponge and dish soap, a bread knife, eggs for your skillet, or if you're making an egg sandwich, like I had it set up like that. I know that I am a grown-ass adult, okay? Like, I recognize Jamie, you should not be playing with toys anymore. I realize that, but there's something about miniatures that I love a lot. Sausages, a pot, microwave, a little bit of lettuce. There's even ketchup. So when the men are around, you're like, where's the ketchup? There it is. It's really cute. Has an apron. But this was like all snapped together things. There were boxes and little things you could put like in the cabinet of like food stuff. I didn't do that. Literally, you snap that on, hang that up, snap all this together. This was like an hour or less. This is all by Rolife, Rolife. I apparently, since I've been saying it a lot, I've been getting discount codes. Things. It does have electric capability. I did not plug in my wires, but allows you to turn on that little oven. It's really adorable, I'm telling you. Then all of the rooms stack, and so you can make this as an individual. Like you can buy a little like clear roof to go with it, or you can put the next one over it, and then it has a post from here to here to leave this open. If you look at the website, it's like really cute. They have like every room you could ever think of. So that's my only done one. And I'm working on the greenhouse. We'll continue that on Make It Monday. So it's really cute. I need more shelving in here. As you can see, my vision would be, see that corner up there above my door? I would like to put a board from here all the way across, level. Let's like that. Probably move that duck sign. Anyway, deep enough to be able to put these little houses up there. I'm just a mini-aholic. I can't help it. Look, like this is all minis right here. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a grown adult, but that's what I like. Mini things. Apparently other people do too, or they wouldn't have a company that does it. Companies that do it. How is Voodoo? Not great. I don't know what's really wrong. So we have a farm call for Roman on Monday. I am actually going to ask Dr. Cochran to come by and draw blood from Voodoo. And my concerns are, I don't know if he's on the verge of colic. That might also be part of it. But his lymph node is pretty swollen. Doesn't have a fever. But he wants to spend all day in the barn. Today I went out there. I brushed him down. I picked out his feet a little bit. And you can see it in his eyes, he does not feel well. So I also gave him an NSAID today, so kind of like ibuprofen for us, but for him it's Previcox, and then of course Tums, and I don't know. I just like something's not right. He eats his breakfast and goes straight to the barn. The rest horses be out grazing. It was a pretty beautiful day for part of the day today, and yesterday definitely a beautiful day. And Voodoo just wanted to hang out in the barn. Now, we do know that he's very stiff on the back end. Like, both of his hips and knees and joints are just so stiff. He's already on a supplement called Osteomax, which is for that. But I today sort of inquired about some glucosamine as well. And then there's also another supplement that is part of we do this company called 100X, which is like amazing stuff. So GutX, everybody gets GutX, and Voodoo gets Osteomax, so does Prim. But there's another one called like Regen, and then there's one more, and it's like Joint Flex. I just did an inquiry on like, do you always give all three? How often should I do these things before I add any more to his little tummy? And all of it, to be honest with you, we're going through this really strange weather pattern, and my neck is on fire, which tells me that there's a front coming in. And Voodoo could be the same, like that could be the same thing, and that's all that could be wrong. And he's just choosing to just relax, because let's not forget his huge accident this summer. He's still like, even though his wound is healed, probably still has some things that he's working through. And some of that is going to be joint problems and stiffness. So I don't know. I don't know. He just saw Dr. Baker about 2 weeks ago. So I'd hate to call her out here again because it is a hike for her. So we'll see. Just hopeful that we can get him through with some of these meds that are not too harsh. They're pretty easy, and just pay attention to everything that's going on. Do some blood work just to be sure that we're not missing anything big. So we'll see. Get some beer down him. This is true. Last time I gave him beer, he didn't like it at first, and then all of a sudden he loved it and like followed me around the pasture. So maybe I'll try that tomorrow. We'll see how things are going. But has Dr. Baker met Roman? No, Roman is not ready for that yet. And we have to work through some of Roman's traumas and things like that, and his triggers and whatnot, and his confidence before we can do some of those hands-on things. No matter what an animal needs, I have to always keep in mind the caretaker's safety as well, and knowing that they really are wild animals. So he's not ready for that yet. By no means is he ready for that. Bobby says turmeric is good for joints. You know what's funny? I saw this woman on, maybe it was YouTube, maybe TikTok, I don't know, but she did a water bar for her horses where she had 5-gallon buckets of water, and she put different things in each one, and one of them was turmeric. She also had a peppermint water, a plain water, a salt water, and I forgot what the other one was. And her horses drank the turmeric before anything else every single time. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try something like that. Voodoo stuff could absolutely be from some of it being psychological. That was a big traumatic event, super big traumatic event. But I spent quite a bit of time out in the barn these past couple days with him, and I don't feel like he's sad or depressed or anything. Like I don't get that vibe. I just get the vibe that like he just doesn't feel great. And I know when I don't feel great, the last thing that I want to go do is like be social or do anything extra. I'll just like sort of lay low, and I feel like that's what he's doing. So, we'll see what happens with his blood work and go from there. Let's see what else. How is my health? I actually feel really great, Roseanne. I will be honest, I haven't been to a follow-up about my spleen. I'm putting it off. I'm hoping that I have a miraculous recovery and that it goes away, which I've read about, that a lot of people will have them, that those show up on scans, and then by the time that they're seen, it's non-existent. I don't have any symptoms, and that's where I'm at right now. I know, Roseanne, I know. Just let me get past this wedding and maybe the holidays too. Maybe. No, in reality, I feel great. I do genuinely feel like my issues were a virus, and I hate to say it, but I think that I started the virus that everyone on Morrow Hill has. Lester has, everyone. I kind of feel like I was patient zero. I know. Okay, I'll go. You don't have to yell. I'll go. I'll go. I am the world's worst patient. Everyone should know that. All the time. See, other people in healthcare agree with me. You sort of like, we're caretakers. We care about other people. We're givers. We're thinkers and thoughtful and kind, and yeah. This sounds really terrible, but also, if it is bad news, I want to be able to deal with it like with a clear mind. Does that make any sense? Like I want to, if it's bad news, I don't want to get it right before the holidays and ruin everybody's holidays. And I know that sounds really dumb. Or if it's gone, then I guess I would have really great news and not, I don't know. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. So, cat updates. Well, Eclipse lived in this house for 48 hours. And then today, when I opened the door to let the dogs out, she and Hank took off together because they're friends now to the woods. Now, Hank has been to the woods every day this week. It's driving me nuts. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it that he goes. But he will demand. He will be in my face, up and down. If this office door is open, he will just be right here. He will ruin every call. He will step on the computer. He will be the most annoying cat ever until I open the door and let him go outside. And he comes back in at dinner time. Now, Eclipse today only wanted to go to the greenhouse. She did not want me to carry her inside, which is fine. I wasn't demanding she be a house cat. She followed me inside 2 days ago. And if she wants to come in, she has a flea collar on now. She's fine to do so. She knows how to get here, and everyone's being really sweet to her. So, it'll be fine. But Hank is demanding that he go to that wooded area behind my greenhouse every single day, which is where all of our cats hang out. And, well, that's where we are. I have not seen the other 3 cats in a few days. I've not spent a lot of time outside in that space in the last few days. So I imagine that everybody's having this massive party in those abandoned buildings back there. Like it is a cat haven. I haven't seen White Kitty in like a week. But I know she's here because I've seen her on camera. So there must be like good hunting back there. Speaking of hunting, oh my God. Okay. Tonight, Lester and I go to dinner and we get back 7:30ish. It's dark out, obviously. And when we pull up, Millie and Fiona are going nuts in the yard. And I jump out of the car. Like, I don't even know if Lester had it in park yet because they have something. And I'm terrified that I don't know why. Instantly, my mind goes to, it's Hank. It's Hank. Well, it wasn't Hank, but it was a raccoon. And it was in our yard, which also weirds me out because what's a raccoon doing in our yard? Like, I don't know what a raccoon would be doing this close up with that many dogs and all the other animals around, like, unless it's like going to eat leftover grain or something like that. I didn't think that Millie and Fiona would ever hurt Hank. Never, like never. I just don't think that they have that in them. But it still scared me to see that they had something and I could see fluff and I was just like, "Oh my God," like jumping out. Yeah. Dog food and cat food. So here's the thing. Can't those raccoons go hunt the same thing my cats are? Like, what the heck is back there that my cats love so much? Raccoons love cat food. Great. Well, I didn't feed the cats before I left, so it was probably getting curious as to why the normal cat food place had no cat food then, I'm guessing. So, anyway. Barb says, why would he leave his son's wedding? No one's leaving the wedding. No one's leaving the wedding. Jerry wants to know about the ants. The ants are still there. I actually saw them today and was like, whew. There's another part out in the horse pasture that is starting to look like that. In order to treat them, I need the rain to stop. And it's going to rain in the next 3 days with 3 days off in between and then like 7 days straight again. And if I put any of the stuff down, it's called Surrender that I want to use. It's powder. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work in the rain. So we'll see. Julie says, I'm just sick. You didn't get my present and Lester didn't get mine either. Julie, I have some packages here that I need to open. If Lester told you that he didn't get it, don't believe that just yet. I cleaned the shop last weekend and I also cleaned out vehicles, and tomorrow morning's project before going live and after feeding animals is opening packages. So don't be discouraged yet because I have a big job ahead of me. I'm sure it's here. I will say that the mail is running like 2 weeks behind though. My UPS driver messaged yesterday and he was like, hey, he goes, they assigned 2 more people to help me with the route. And I was like, oh God, I hope it's not just because of us. He goes, no. He goes, it's this time of year, everything has changed about the way people consume and the way people shop. And he's like, he goes, normally I'll have 80 stops on my route each day. He goes, it got to the point where I was over 400 stops and having to go back and forth to the meeting points to pick up more packages and other things like that. So they've added 4 or 5 other drivers to help with a normal route. So there's massive volume of packages. And I remember last year how packages at the post office took like months to be able to catch up because they got stuck at this warehouse and just overwhelmed. So I am sure that there's a little bit of that. Bonita says we have a postal strike in Ontario. That's crazy. Really crazy. Stella's doing really well, Inga. Oh yeah, we'll have coffee tomorrow morning with Lester and I. Ernie's doing really well. Lester and I are actually we have been feeding grain twice a day to the alpacas since Ernie's illness. Normally, we only feed everybody grain once a day and hay twice a day, and then they have free choice. They alfalfa twice a day, and then they have free choice hay all day. And because of Ernie's weight gain and how he's looking and feeling, and how his last 3 fecal counts have gone, we think we will be able to cut back on some of the grain in the mornings. They'll still get plenty of grain at night, but we want to get them back to a normal diet because I'll be honest, the ladies are looking a little hefty from all of the free eating. Let's see what else here. Deborah wants to know if A&M came out. No, they rescheduled till the spring, which is totally fine with us because everything looks gross. And if they're going to make any type of pictures or video, I don't want it to be where the world looks bare here. I just read a little bit about the postal strike. Hold on a second here. Postal strike is all across Canada for over a month. Wow. So when certain things strike here, like when teachers have a strike or when nurses have a strike, they have to like bring in the B team. Is that what happens up north for the postal, or is it just shut down? And like, what if you don't get your bills in the mail? Do you still have to pay them? How does that work? Denise Beverly's wonderful. Really wonderful. I think her and Dinky have a little bit of an affair going on. Just saying. Yeah, they shut down totally. Huh. That's crazy. Christy says she's waiting on her seed catalog. I got the Baker Creek seed catalog and one other one, but I really am waiting for like Gurney and Burpee to come in because I like certain things from certain companies. I like to get my really weird stuff from Baker Creek and then a few normal things. I love Botanical Interest, and like now I have found some of my favorite seed places. Seeds and Such is a great one. True Leaf Market is really wonderful. I wish they could all like this sounds terrible. I wish I had a catalog for each of them that I could like sit down and open up the page, like, let me see the tomato pages next to each other so I don't crisscross what I'm doing. That would be great. Barbara says you still have to pay your bills even if you didn't get a bill. Interesting. paying online in Canada. I pay most of my bills online too, but there are some things that come in the mail that are kind of important and have deadlines. Diana wants me to do a freeze dry video. I will do a freeze dry video. I think people will think it's boring, but I will do it. I promise. No more coyotes. The rain has kept believe it or not, the rain is a blessing when it comes to the coyotes. They just bed down and you don't hear a word at all. The freeze dryer that I have is a Harvest Right. I'm reading. Marilyn says, "What's this live about?" Marilyn, this is Friday night and we're just hanging out. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I wanted to have a drink because it sounded good, not because I needed a drink, but it just sounded like a fabulous dessert to have. And I thought I would just come hang out and answer questions. Hannah sent me a homemade gift of a pen and it was beautiful and I loved it. Elizabeth says, "Why would you freeze dry candy?" Elizabeth, if you haven't had freeze dried candy, you're missing out. I didn't understand it at all either. Like, why would I want to change candy? Because I enjoy candy. It's fabulous. Specifically, Milk Duds. Milk Duds are my most favorite item, and Starbright peppermints. And I will tell you that my horses genuinely like Starbright peppermints as well, or spearmints. Like that is their most favorite treat on earth is the freeze-dried peppermints. Freeze-dried honey. I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Freeze-dried candy is not hard to chew. It actually is very crunchy and airy and almost like, this sounds really crazy, Cheetos texture. Like fluffy Cheetos, not crunchy Cheetos. Like that kind of airy. It's amazing. So candy that was like rubbery, chewy, and hard to chew at first is like, it's unbelievable. Grapes are fabulous. Rolos might be good. I'll try that. I'm not going to match Lester at the wedding. Lester is wearing blue, like almost like a royal blue suit, and I'm going to wear black. Red hats sound good. Freeze dry rum chata. I don't know if you can freeze dry alcohol. I'll have to look that up. Jennifer, yes, black. Big fan of black dresses. I've narrowed it down to 2, and they have sort of like lace tops. One of them's off the shoulders and one of them's somewhat halterish. It is supposed to be about 65 degrees that day, but cloudy. So I have a sweater to go with either one of them as well. Freeze-dried candy corn is also fabulous. Freeze-dried cheesecake sounds good. I actually bought Lester cheesecake tonight because he was feeling bad. I could hear it in his voice. He doesn't want to admit it, but I could hear it in his voice, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get him." I ran into Walmart to grab a few things, and I was like, "I'll get him a few snacks," and he didn't even take it with him, which tells me he's feeling a little bit crummy. Jamie, look up Newfie Screech from Newfoundland. Bonnie, what is that? Freeze dry rum chata and put it on pancakes. Not sure about that. Put Vicks on Lester's feet and socks overnight. So I put Vicks on his chest and under his nose. I dosed him up with some NyQuil. I gave him Sudafed this afternoon, thinking that would give him, Sudafed, like the legit Sudafedrin, not the fake HCI stuff, like the real old school. Probably been in my medicine cabinet since early 2000s. So definitely works well. Sudafed. And I think that gave him the boost to be able to get through this afternoon. And if I need to do that on Sunday, I will absolutely do the exact same thing. I love Vicks. I've never put it on my feet, but I have always put it on my chest. And this sounds really silly. My chest, my neck, especially when my glands are swollen, and then underneath my nose just a little bit. Fortunately, I feel great. Sudafedrin is controlled, meaning that you have to have a prescription for it, or that it's behind the counter and you have to sign your life away for it, because here you do have to sign your life away for it. I just happen to have I don't take medicine like ever, ever, ever. And I had a package of Sudafedrin in my medicine cabinet since before Xander was born. We're not going to tell Lester that that's the date on things, though. We don't talk about dates. We just say, here, take this. And then he feels better. He's like, that was really good. What is that? And I was like, it's a magic med. Yeah. Yeah, behind the counter. Yeah, that's how it is here too. I get carded for all kinds of really weird stuff. And of course, medicines, which whatever. I'm 42 years old and I'm buying one package of something. If that's where they think that I'm going with things, then okay. But like toilet bowl cleaner, lighters, like normal WD-40. Got carded for WD-40 the last time that I bought it as well. The U.S. Postal Service is not allowed to strike. I didn't know that. Freeze-dried turtles, Jamie. Okay, I may have to try that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is why it was good to be able to hang out with y'all tonight, because the other night I went down a path on YouTube. Somehow I got on to Phil Robertson's page. Okay. Phil Robertson is Duck Dynasty, like the dad in Duck Dynasty. I used to watch Duck Dynasty like way, way, way long ago when Xander was little. I'm yawning. Anyway, here's Phil Robertson in his kitchen, a 3-year-old video, and he is making pralines. He calls them pralines because he's from New Orleans and speaks Cajun-ish, I guess. But he was making homemade pralines. Now, I love pralines and never had pralines until I moved to Texas, and they're like in every gas station and grocery store, and when you go to New Orleans, they're everywhere, right? So I did hear that Phil had Alzheimer's. That's really sad, actually. So I'm on Katie Vance like. How am I on Katie Vance like? Anyway, he made pralines, and he's like, these are 10-minute pralines, whatever you want to call them. I want to make those this week. Number one, I've never made them. But number two, I love them. I have pecans. That's what my mom gave me this year for my birthday. And I want to try to make them. So one night this week, or one day this week, I'm going to whip us up some pralines. That might become part of my Christmas little basket gift. But I love me some pralines. And then I have this thing called a Ninja Creamy that my coworker sent me whenever I got kicked in the face, that turns pretty much anything into the best ice cream on earth. What if I make homemade praline ice cream? Wouldn't that be a fabulous Christmas gift? Because I think that would be amazingly great at the Christmas gift. Yeah. Jennifer's making homemade vanilla tomorrow. That sounds good. Oh, it's a fake page on Katie Vance. Like, I'm not surprised, sadly. Guessing that's on Facebook. It's where Facebook has bots all over it that steal everyone's content, mine included, sadly. So I will tell you how the pralines turn out. Then maybe we'll turn that into making some ice cream, some pralines and cream ice cream, because holy moly, that sounds terrific. And then Phil also made There was something else that he made that I was like, that's really easy. I should look into making that. I'll have to look up what it was. I could hold on. Hold on, I can look at my history and I can tell you what it was. Give me a second here. Sometimes I'm smart. Sometimes. Let's see here. Oh. Cornbread, pralines, and gumbo. So I've never to this day made gumbo. Lester loves gumbo, loves his mom's gumbo, and he loves certain restaurants in towns and that type of thing. And I haven't ventured out to make it because I'm afraid he would hate it because it's not those people's. But I might give it a whirl. Maybe. I'll definitely try the pralines. We'll start there. Somebody says, now I'm hungry. Yeah. Okay, I have a question for you. Let's just say in front of you sits, okay, steak, mashed potato, dinner, and it's piping hot and smells terrific right in front of you, exactly how you would like it cooked. Also in front of you is a delicious decadent dessert of your most favorite dessert. Maybe it's pralines, maybe it's apple pie a la mode. I don't know what it is. But you can only eat one. Which one are you picking? Real food or dessert? I can tell you which one I would pick. I would pick dessert. Every time. I might be like, oh, some of those potatoes. And don't get me wrong, I like steak and potatoes. But I'm gonna pick dessert every time. I don't actually know that if I like truly could be healthy enough and get energy and not gain 9,000 pounds every time, I could pretty much live off of dessert, carbs, crackers, cheese. I could eat some cheese, but dessert, I could live off of that. Y'all are about 50-50 on what? All right, now I want to know, okay, for the people that said dessert or anybody, tell me your favorite dessert. You'd only have one dessert for the rest of your life. What is it? Flan, carrot cake. What is a namioni bars? I don't know what that means. Chocolate pie, carrot, a lot of carrot cake, a lot of cheesecake, coconut cream pie, pecan pie. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Chocolate mousse, blueberry pie. Never had blueberry pie. Lemon or lime pie. Anything from the peanut butter family. Vanessa, I am embarrassed to admit that my breakfast today was a mini bagel with peanut butter on it. I made one for Lester as well. He did not eat it, so I ate both of ours because I love peanut butter. No back cookies? Raspberry pie, pumpkin pie, tiramisu, coffees and cream pie. No bake cookies? I do like no bake cookies. We made those in like second grade. Peach cobbler. Oh, y'all are just killing me right now. So, a tradition that my mother and my family did growing up, not really growing up, this was when we were all adults. We would have cookie and margarita day. And that meant showing up at mom's house around 9 a.m. and baking cookies until you couldn't bake anymore, having drinks that, throughout that. And by the time that those dang sugar cookies were decorated at the end of the day, they had anatomically correct parts and just, they were hideous. They were absolutely hideous by that time. And the joke was always that whoever made the dirty cookies was the one that showed up with those cookies on their trays to bring to grandma's house. Such ridiculousness used to happen on cookie and margarita days. And then we all had kids and had to do other things, and life got really busy, and well, here we are. Maybe one day this week we'll not only make pralines, but maybe we'll throw together a couple batches of cookies too. Lester likes cookies. He'll tell you he doesn't like sweets, but he likes sweets. He would choose steak. For the record, if he could only pick one of those two things, he would have chosen the steak. But later on at night, after his meds kicked in, he would have wanted the dessert. How about this? If you have some cookie recipes that you would like me to try, please email them to me, and perhaps I can whip some up this week. Sounds fun. Oh my God, I've been talking to y'all for an hour already. That's so embarrassing. I've been rambling my face off. Y'all are probably sick of me. Sorry. Yeah, Sahin, I'll make a cooking video. I'm not good at making cooking videos, but I do like them. We'll try it. Just don't give me a hard time because Hank will probably be on the counter. Don't worry, I'm not going to take the cookies anywhere. They won't make it anywhere else. Anyway. I did that. Thank you for having a cocktail with me and letting me just ramble my face off on Friday night. It was really fun to hang out with y'all. I know that tomorrow morning, after my chores, after I open some of those packages, that at 9:30 Central, Lester and I will be live for coffee. God willing, and the creek don't rise, as my grandma would say. Oh, I have a really special thing that happened today. I want to share it with you, but you won't get the full gist of it. I'll post it on my platforms. My mom sent me a video today. My grandma was visiting somewhere that had a piano. It wasn't very well tuned, but my grandma grew up playing music and singing music, and she's 91. And I haven't heard her play since I was teeny tiny, like 5, maybe less. And never really like big play. It was more along the lines of teaching me to play. And today my grandma walked into this house and by heart and by memory just whipped out a song on the piano, and it was so sweet and it just made me miss her so much. So I will post that on both of my platforms for y'all to hear, but she's a gem, y'all. She really is. I hope y'all have a good night tonight, that you sleep well, that you're craving your favorite dessert now. Please do send me some recipes. We'll whip up some cooking or some baking videos. Tis the season. And thank you all for helping me find some of my holiday spirit as well. I needed this. I hope you have a good night. I hope you sleep well, you stay safe, and let's have coffee in the morning. Good night, y'all.